I want to talk to you about a common issue that many landlords face: landlord harassment. Landlord harassment is any action a landlord takes to interfere with the tenant's right to quiet enjoyment of their property. It can come in many forms, such as withholding services or repairs, verbal abuse, threatening to evict, and entering the tenant's home without permission. The behavior can be intentional or unintentional, but regardless, it is unacceptable and can result in legal action against the landlord. Please remember, I am not a lawyer and this is not legal advice. It is always recommended to consult with your lawyer to ensure you comply with federal, state, and local laws, ordinances, and regulations. Unintentional examples of landlord harassment could include situations where the landlord may not have realized their behavior was intimidating or coercive to the tenant. Some examples of unintentional harassment could be a landlord who repeatedly visits the property unannounced, whether to do general maintenance, requested repairs, or just check on the property without notice. Secondly, calls the tenant at odd hours to discuss non-urgent matters. Fails to address repairs or maintenance requests in a timely manner. Making comments or gestures that are taken wrong or cause offense. Any of these things may be unknowingly causing distress to the tenant, even if the landlord did not intend to cause harm or offense. It's important to remember that even the landlord's behavior was unintentional, it can still have legal and financial consequences. So it's important to be aware of how your actions may be perceived by your tenants. Some examples of intentional harassment could be verbal abuse. A landlord that constantly loses their temper with a tenant, yells at them, uses profanity, and makes derogatory comments. Refusal to make repairs. A landlord repeatedly refuses to make necessary repairs to the property, such as fixing a leaky faucet or a broken window. Even when the tenant is the one who broke it, it is still the owner's responsibility to replace it. Invasion of privacy. A landlord entering a tenant's home without permission is considered an invasion of privacy. You cannot search their belongings or go through any personal items. Threats. A landlord threatens to evict a tenant without proper legal procedures, or threatens to increase rent without proper notice. Report the tenant to immigration authorities. These are all not allowed. Retaliation for filing a complaint with code enforcement or other local or state agencies is also a no-no. To avoid landlord harassment, there are a few tips that I want to share with you. First, it's essential to know the law. As a landlord, it's crucial to familiarize yourself with the state and local laws that govern the relationship between landlords and tenants. This includes understanding the proper eviction procedures, tenants' right to privacy, and your obligation to maintain a safe and habitable property. Effective communication is key. Respond promptly to your tenant's request for repairs or maintenance. Communicate in writing always, and address any concerns or complaints in a professional and respectful manner. Make sure to provide proper notice for entering a tenant's home, making repairs, or increasing the rent. There are strict laws about that. Document everything. Keep a detailed record of all interactions with your tenant, including repairs, complaints, or any communication. This can serve as evidence in case of a legal dispute. You don't necessarily have to be in the wrong for a tenant to bring up an issue. Lastly, if managing a property becomes overwhelming, consider hiring a professional property manager. Property managers are familiar with the laws, can handle tenant communication, and can ensure that a property is well maintained. In conclusion, I urge you to treat tenants with respect and follow the laws that govern the relationship between landlords and tenants. By following these tips, you can avoid landlord harassment complaints, maintain a positive relationship with your tenants, and protect your reputation and finances. If you have any questions or concerns, don't hesitate to reach out to a legal professional. It is always best to be on the safe side. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and let me know if there's any future topics you would like me to cover. Thank you. May your cash flow always be positive.